This is a piece by Aubrey Sanderson, and when I look at this piece, I see the first thing I notice here is the swirl, or kind of that curlicue shape of the piece, and the color purple with that bright red along the swirl. And I also see that straight edge that's kind of on the right side of the piece, as well as the little circle and hole on that flap on the right lower end of the piece. The texture of the piece is somewhat smooth, but I can also see some texture that gives it a little bit of a wrinkle look and an unevenness that creates a little bit of interest. And I also notice that the red and the purple kind of blend together in some places, but there's also places where the red sticks out against the purple, making a little bit of contrast there, not a ton, but a little bit to stand out against itself. Something that I like about the piece is there is a unity in the round shapes along the piece. The overall feeling of lots of curves through the swirl and the circle over on the right side, and that the curl or curlicue shape against the background or the negative space creates a really interesting kind of hook shape. And there's also that hole that also gives us a little bit of negative space there, and those two features, I think, kind of play against each other in visual weight and make it really interesting. I believe the main emphasis though is on that spiral, on that curlicue, and what creates that is you've got the red against the purple, and we also have some contrast with the dark purple against the kind of highlighted purple as well. And when I look at this piece, it makes me think of like an octopus tentacle, or another kind of organic creature, like something in a sci-fi movie, or maybe another deep sea creature, a dangerous creature, or something like that with the tentacle. And though it looks kind of like that, I believe the artist has created the piece as something that's open for interpretation, and I think the spiral has some kind of a meaning where the eye is drawn inward and then kind of back out with the darker shadow of the purple. It pulls the eye back outward in this kind of continual movement of the eye, and that makes me think about how our lives are kind of like that, just constantly growing and learning, and things are never just staying in one place. So I wonder if the artist had that in mind when they created this. My first response when looking at the piece is different from the end here. It's I think that as you explore the shapes and the colors, I feel like this piece has a deeper meaning, as we look at it, and you can learn a little bit more about how you see life.